What's up, everybody? Happy Saturday morning. It's 9:20, and it's time for the next step on the Beermkr. So what I'm going to do is show you guys what the next step is. Just a recap, if you guys saw yesterday, or if you didn't, go back and watch the video. Yesterday, I did the mash in. So I poured all the grains in, the water in, pushed the button, and that was really it. Just so you guys know, on the mobile app, I was watching it, and it shows you your Beermkr and what's going on with it. It went up to like 165 degrees and held there for a while, and then the temperature dropped back down. So now it's ready to pitch yeast. So what I did here, guys, is I went ahead and pulled the grain basket, but I want to show you what everything looks like. The button is blinking, and the blinking button means that it's ready for the next step. So if you don't catch a notification on your phone that it's time for the next step, when you walk past this thing, you'll see it blinking, letting you know that it's ready. All right, so I've got, if you open it up, you can see here's the beer in the beer bag, the brew bag, and the waste bag at the bottom. All right, and this squeeze bar, if you guys remember, was in there, but it was, it was keeping all the liquid level in the top. That part's done. So what I'm doing now is you pull the grain basket. So we open up the tub, and I already pulled it. So once you pull out the squeeze bar, all of that liquid can draw out of the grains and fill this bag up. And then I started to pull this grain basket and just put it on an angle so that it can drain, because I want to have a little bit of liquid left here up in the basket or in the tub to pitch my yeast and hops into. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and pull this out now. And I would recommend having like a baking sheet or something around. I put that right on the baking sheet. The tub's empty. Now at this point, you want to be careful for contamination. All right, this recipe is going to call for 2 little bags of steam hops of Chinook. So that's 6 grams, 12 grams total. These are 60-minute hops. So the steam hops can mimic a 60, 30, 20-minute, 90-minute hops. This one here is steam hop CTZ. And I'm also going to add in steam hops Mosaic, just to add in something a little bit extra. All right, so what's really neat is all of this came in a little baggie like this that says yeast and hops. So this is for the first part. And it also comes with alcohol wipes. And then I always keep my star sand around also, because at this step, you want to be careful for contamination. You're past the boil or the pasteurization step. So I sprayed everything down, just washed my hands. But it doesn't hurt to take out the little antiseptic alcohol wipe down your hands, your scissors, and these little hop bags. So we're going to pitch the yeast and then add our hops. By the way, right here on the app, it tells you you're at the next step. It's waiting for the button press, and it's ready to pitch yeast. So if I click on that, it's going to give me instructions. It's going to load up a little video. Shout out Brett Vegas. He's got his little video on here of how to do everything. You can hear it. There it goes. All right, and then it's step-by-step instructions on how to do everything. So that's really neat. But I'm going to go ahead and wipe everything down and get ready to pitch these hops. So what I'm really trying to get across to you guys, what's really neat about this is I talked for 15 minutes yesterday. The actual process of putting in your grains and water probably took about 5. And that was the whole first step of the brewing process. This part's going to take a little bit longer to drain out the water out of your grains and remove the grains, but still it's going to be this easy. All right, so I've got my, I'm going to go ahead and add my yeast first. All right, so this is US 05 dry ale yeast. All right, so still have a little bit of star sand on here. Make sure that's dry. I cut the top off, and I'm going to pitch the yeast right into the brew tub. All right. And then my hops. All right, so here's my Chinook. I love smelling the hops right before they go in. I want to find out more about these steam hops. Just as a reminder, I'm interviewing the guys from Beermkr in about 2 weeks. On the 25th, we'll go live on Facebook. So I believe they developed these steam hops with a university, maybe, to kind of develop the 60-minute, 30-minute, 90-minute simulated hops for a machine like this. Let me cut that one well enough. CTZ going in. All right. I just had like a little panic moment. Imagine if I cut my finger with these scissors while I was live streaming. How ridiculous that would be to see me squirting blood or like having to stop the live stream in the middle of it. I just had that little like moment in my head. If that happened, how terrible it would be, but probably go viral. I don't know. All right, here's the last one going in. Some more Chinook. All right, so everything's just pitched right here into the top of the brew tub, and that's it. We are done. So what we're going to do is close this lid, get that gasket down in there. You got to push it real hard. All right, so it's all sealed up. Let's get the lid. Put the lid back on. All right, and say see you later to the beer. All right, I'm liking the color. It's a little dark. We'll see how things clear up as the yeast gets to work, and it does its thing. So we'll see what it looks like in a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and close this up. All right, and now that I'm done, I'm going to push this button, and it's going to go from blinking to pulsing. All right, so the next step is primary fermentation. So this thing is completely insulated, and there's that heat exchanger going on. So all inside this one system, it'll ramp up the pasteurization. It will go down to cold crash temps. It'll hold temperature for the kind of yeast that you're using or the kind of beer that you're doing. And you can do custom recipes. So not only can I customize the grain and some of the other things that I'm doing, I can also customize the actual brew schedule. For example, with the stout that I did, I added a dry hop step, even though you wouldn't dry hop a stout, but I added in that dry hop step so that after primary fermentation, I added some oak chips that were soaked in bourbon just to give it a little bit of kick and some flavor, at the end of that process. So it's really neat the way that you can do things, as far as customizing it, making it your own. So just like this one, I customized it by adding in some flake oat into the grain bill. I also added in some mosaic at this step, so a 60-minute, steam hop for mosaic, and then that's it. I literally push this button and walk away. There's a CO2 sensor in here that's going to track fermentation. There's the app telling me when the next step's going to be. I'm actually going to go out of town this weekend, for a couple of days, and I don't have to worry about it. And I know based on this schedule here that I'm going to expect in about 4 days I'll be ready to dry hop. And there's a little kit that comes in a little bag just like this that's set up for your dry hops. Again, I'm going to add in some extra dry hops for my recipe in particular. And then it's going to let you do that. It's going to do that for a few days, holding temperature, and then another, another couple days after that, you'll remove the squeeze bar. You'll be done with that dry hop step, and then it'll cold crash and bring your beer down to 40 degrees or something like that while it's cold crashing, and then it'll let you know when the beer is done. So it's a lot of fun. I check in on it because you can, anytime you want, open this puppy up and you can watch, all the bubbles, all that fermentation happening. It is controlling the temperature inside of here. It's kind of like a cooler. So I don't leave it open too long, but it's a lot of fun to watch and to see. So anyway, I guess that's it, guys. I'm already done. What am I at, 11 minutes? So nice short video, but I just wanted to go live, say hi to everybody, show you the next step on how this thing works. It's stupid, silly how easy it is. And what's awesome is I'm going to have a gallon of a custom recipe beer that I made myself with like no homebrew experience. Anybody can do this, and you know, they just make it really, really easy. The only thing is sometimes I wish I had a little bit more liquid in here, a little bit more that I could drink, because that 1 gallon in the beer tap seems to go pretty quickly. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Make sure you check out Beermkr.com. If you want to check these out, you can see the recipes, you can see the kits, all the things that you can do. Go to mbnnetwork.com for all the podcasts. Our last podcast came out yesterday with Locust Lane and the guys from Fan Brewing. Also, check out eunomiacbd.com. Use promo code MBN for 20% off, free shipping, and a free gift. That is a ridiculously good deal for our listeners. Nobody else is getting that. Eunomia CBD is a 100% THC-free CBD, and they have drops that you can do. They've got gummies, which are my favorite. They've even got these little capsules, CBD capsules, that I like taking at night. They help me sleep. They put me right to sleep. I sleep incredible when I take a little bit of CBD before bed. Just, you know, calms you down. But that's a really, really good deal. They've got bath bombs. They've got dog treats and things like that. So definitely worth checking them out. And also our new sponsor, Linode.com. Go to Linode.com/MBN. Sign up, get a $100 credit. Linode is a cloud computing company. So if you're designing an app that needs some cloud abilities, if you've got stuff going on at your work or anything that you're working on where you need some cloud computing, check out Linode.com/MBN. Great local people, Philadelphia area, that are actually fans of the show. So definitely got to check those guys out. And then Beermkr.com, check them out. I'm gonna reach out to them and see if I can get a promo code and maybe get a little bit of a discount for you guys. I think that would be really sweet. So we'll see what happens. But anyway, guys, have a great Saturday. We'll talk to you guys soon, all right? Later.